10, 9, ignition sequence start, 6.
Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. My name is Wack. Today is December 20th. This is the second time I'm recording this episode because the first time I recorded it, my microphone glitched and the audio was horrible and it didn't work, and now I have to record it again. So this is the stuff that I do for you guys. Anyway, let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to talk about today is the Rapid Research Incubator. So the Rapid Research Incubator is a grant slash award basically for people to submit ideas about the new tokenomics for Rocket Pool going into the end of 2024 with the Saturn upgrade. Basically there are rival products that are setting up their staking systems that will offer better rewards than Rocket Pool currently does to node operators, in so much so that basically it will kind of attack Rocket Pool. Their tokenomics will be an attack on Rocket Pool of sorts. So we are responding now, and we're responding early, and the way that we're responding with that right now is that we are having people in the community submit ideas for new tokenomics for Rocket Pool that we think will be better able to help us deal with the threat of these rival products, so much so that it will help Rocket Pool hopefully scale and grow in really amazing ways. So the Rapid Research Incubator is this grant that is asking for people to submit ideas for this until January 2nd, and there's $10,000 of incentives and prizes available to people who submit the ideas. Well, today we had an idea here submitted by Seamus, and there have been a whole bunch of people submitting ideas and talking through the ideas. Anyway, Seamus has a link here to a Word document that has a whole lot of ideas, but it says basically a simple example: start by offering new node operators the same product as Lido's community staking module, so 4 ETH bond and 7.5 commission on the other 28 ETH, and for an rETH holder the commission could remain at 14%, leaving 6.5% on the 2.28 ETH per mini pool to be diverted to Rocket Pool staked mini pools. And then Never an Island kind of pulled the information from the Word doc and put it into the thread. So the summary, as we just said, is a way to rival Lido's community staking module, and then the Seamus' submission goes into a whole lot more detail about variables to consider. So there's commission variables, eligibility to receive rewards, distribution strategy examples, governance eligibility of node operator who provide ETH only validators. Then there's balancing mechanisms about how different aspects of the RPL token, rETH, and node operators kind of work together. And then there's fixed variables such as those different stakeholders, I guess, in the protocol, but also how ETH only and Rocket Pool bonded validators will work as well. And then there's more details about different kind of dynamic variables, potential drawbacks, and a whole bunch of other stuff, with the idea that there'll be more research with this to come. So this was a really nice start, and a few people have already submitted other ideas as well. But once you go to the Discord, then there's been a really good discussion the last couple of days. So there's been Never an Island, Val, myself with some questions, non-fungible Yoakum, and then Seamus, Notional, Jasper as well, Epineph of course. A whole bunch of people have been kind of talking through different ideas and talking about MEV burn yesterday, with Val presenting some details on what the MEV burn will look like, responding to Epineph's questions, and producing these charts about with certain number of blocks, what do we expect the rewards to be, how does that work with the median and the mean, and what would theft look like basically. And then we had Seamus as well coming in here as well, and presenting his ideas, and people kind of talking back and kind of answering questions, filling information, but kind of just bouncing ideas around. And so there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and I think that you should go and give this a read, and please get involved in these discussions, because they're really incredibly valuable, like, to the future of Rocket Pool. And if you present a couple of paragraphs, up to a few pages worth of information by the end of January 2nd, then you'll be eligible for $250, or there's three prizes of $1,000, one prize of $1,500, and one prize of $2,500. So it looks like that will be going out in the next couple of weeks, and this is kind of where we're standing now with the kind of information that we're seeing. So definitely go give this a read. There's some really good ideas here, and people are presenting the ideas and like discussing them, and kind of pushing and pulling at them to see where the boundaries of like the strength of the ideas is. So I think this is really great, and it's really encouraging. Okay, next we got this output of Inviz's Rocket Watch bot that was going to show the RPL price update. So this was earlier today in the afternoon. He says he wanted to make an output that will show you what the locked-in ratio is going into the rewards period, because people can top up their rewards to that level, and then they'll know that they are above or below the 10% mark. So he says that it's not up to the level that he expects, but he doesn't really have time to do more work now. And then he said there'll be about 4 hours, there'll be an event in events that'll tell you what the prices that got locked in. So that was pretty cool. And then the price did get locked in, which was at 0.0121129. So there's a whole bunch of digits right there, and you can see it. The price got locked in, and then Sneaky asked Inviz, he says, hey, how come your bot didn't report the price? Because it was supposed to be in the events channel, but there was nothing there. And Inviz says, do I look like the bot? And then he says, what happened to the fancy pants interval price reporting thing that you just made? And I think Inviz was like, wait, what's going on? He's like, it works on my test server, and he's like, oh, I forgot to make it track the event Big Dingus. So Inviz was already calling people Big Dingus, and this was like earlier on, and I think that was his favorite insult of the day about Big Dingus. And then Sneaky called him a huge dingus in return because he didn't set up the bot properly. But eventually the output of the bot got set up properly, and you could see that it was showing the amount of RPL that you need on your node to have that 10% collateral. And then it's really funny because he put a submission in the event saying the new events message worked perfectly on the first try and notified all users of the information in the prompt time without any manual input by the user or the maintainer. But I think Inviz was a little bit of a dingus there. So love you, Inviz. Okay, moving on from that story. Next we have this sell that came through yesterday evening, and people were just like, wait, what's the sell? It's 1,332 RPL. People were upset because this sell was the one that took the ratio below 0.012 down to 1198. So people weren't happy. And then Rocket Doc says this wallet holds 50,000 RPL. So the idea, of course, being that this person will dump all that RPL, and then a little while later, Val was like, wait, is that the GMC's wallet? He says GMC. And then Fornax says that's the GMC wallet. So then the question was, why is the GMC dumping RPL? And I replied by saying that the GMC's monthly swap of 10% of the GMC's income to USD stablecoin, that's what that sell was. I said 10%, but I actually meant to say 20%. So sorry about that. That's my fault. And then Val said that the GMC are big dumpers. I said they're the worst. So yeah, we sell RPL every month to pay people's grants for the people who want ETH. Who want stablecoin instead of RPL. So that's fine. And then we already just covered that. And then Dondo Dondo said, what should the next swap from the GMC be out of RPL? Should it be USDC, ETH, SOL, SEDA, or RPL? And most of the respondents said that it should be RPL. So maybe the GMC will swap their RPL into RPL next month instead of into LUSD like it did this month. Okay, next we've got this thread from Val, who's trying to do some matchmaking and seeing how it might work out. So this is Myso matchmaking, and the idea behind this is that basically Myso Finance will let people trustlessly lend out their RPL peer-to-peer. The loan has an upfront fee and no liquidations, so there's no oracle risks, etc. And the fee and period can be configured as desired. And Myso are happy to provide some guidance on what a simulation says is fair, so what the fair values of that might be. Val was telling me basically what happens is that people they put up collateral, and then they can take a loan in RPL against that, and then use the RPL to stake, and then once they give back the RPL, then they get their collateral back, and they give a fee in the beginning as well. So he kind of explained it to me about what it might look like and all the different numbers. And in this thread as well, we got Etienne from Myso Finance, who popped in and kind of showed what the tables look like and what fair prices look like. And he said, we're looking at rETH collateral RPL loan. So then there's some charts here that kind of show you how it all works and what it look like. And then here there's a breakdown of what a fair loan would be for different time periods and different upfront fees and different LTVs, loan to values, and like what the volatility is baked into that as well. So here Val kind of broke down some of the numbers. He says, reading this as an example lender, I'm comfortable with an LTV of 50%. This essentially means that if RPL moons, we'll end up selling at twice the ratio. I'd like to do a fairly long-term thing, say 180 days. So we read off the table at my chosen LTV and tenor and get 1.99%. So I think it's fair to split RPL rewards. Those are 7.5% and likely going to drop over time. So let's go with 7%. So for 180 days, that's 7% divided by 2 times the number of days. So that equals 1.73. And then overall fee then is 1.99% plus 1.73% equals 3.72%. So in his example, he says the potential lender could say, do you want to loan 50% LTV and 180 day tenor at 3.72% upfront fee, and see if there's interest in that. And then other borrowers can also post and say what they'd go for and see if there's interest the other way. So people can kind of present people who have lots of RPL can say these are the terms that I'm offering, and people who want to borrow the RPL can say, hey, these are the terms that I'd like. And if they can find a middle ground, then they can accept those loans, and then those people can go and stake their RPL and they will get rewards, and the people who lend the RPL will get rewards too. So here you have then there was some discussion about back and forth about what it might all look like and what kind of form it'll take. So this was actually really nice in that it's a possibility of people who don't want RPL exposure but are happy to borrow it, then they can get some good rates and competitive pricing for that. Okay, next I've got some news from Notional Finance here, and Notional are saying, attention degen beacon holders, do you want to turbocharge your yield on USDC and rETH? 2 new leverage vaults are dropped and you have exclusive early access for 1 week only, and it pays to be a degen. So I guess degen score is an app that people use, and there's a token with it that's a soulbound token. So this will give you access to Notional Finance's turbocharged yields on USDC and rETH. But let's see how it actually works. So it says Notional vaults offer the best way to get leverage exposure to yields on Balance and Aura Finance. And then leveraged vaults let you multiply your farming stack and earn leveraged passive auto compounding yield. So this is how it works. You select your leverage terms and deposit your tokens. You borrow from Notional at fixed or variable rate. You deploy all the cash directly into auto compounding yield strategy. I want to know the best part, you can do it in one click. So they have it all automized within their system. I'll skip the one about USDC, but here's the one about rETH. It says the rETH vault lets you borrow rETH and deposit it into the balance or a rETH pool. Great way to earn extra yield on top of our ETH stake rate. The max leverage 12.5x, which is really high. And then it says the risks are our ETH price spikes. So if you can tolerate that risk, and of course, the smart contract risk and potential bugs and all that kind of stuff that could happen with Notional. But if you can tolerate all of that stuff, then you've got some chance of big outsized gains here. So for the first week, it'll be for the people who hold the degen score token, and then after that, I guess it'll open up everyone else. So I don't know how long the juiced yields will remain, but it's definitely something to look into if you want to play DeFi games with your rETH. Okay, let's go back to the Discord now, and here we've got a message from Fornax yesterday saying, I miss the bullish comment of the day. Now, the bullish comment of the day was Myso, who for a little while before Atlas, I think it was before Atlas, or maybe even before the NETH PETH debate, well, a long time ago, he would come into Discord and, well, he was in Discord a lot, but he would leave comments in Discord about his bullish comment of the day about Rocket Pool and RPL and ETH, but mostly like the RPL token and Rocket Pool protocol. And it kind of became a community favorite, and I covered it on Rocket Fuel a whole bunch of times as well. So I said, me too, I miss it too. And then Myso popped into trading a little while later saying, I have some bullish comment of the day drafts in my brain. Maybe I'll share one someday as an homage for nostalgia. So I replied by saying, today is someday, but he didn't take the bait, and he didn't share any bullish comments of the day. But hopefully we'll be getting a steady stream of bullish comments of the day coming soon, which would be really nice. Okay, next we had the POAP raffle today for the Master Upgrader, Upgrade Master POAP raffle. So that raffle took place, and in Object won the raffle. He won his name on the POAP, and also his he got 5 RPL as his prize. So the raffle, here is a page with the raffle where you can see the Upgrade Master raffle finished, and the winner was Object. But this new version of the POAP website doesn't tell you the other placements, which is a shame, because I'd love to have seen how close to winning I was. And also, I think it happens really quickly. So I don't know if they've changed their system or not, but I don't know how it works exactly. But it didn't have that, waiting for a few minutes to see the votes going through. I really like that. Like, it gave it a sense of intensity that I think wasn't there this time. But this is what the POAP looks like. It says in 2023, Rocket Pool node operators actively engaged in prompt smart node updates to qualify for a POAP. This time the upgrades not only facilitated the testing of new software, but also motivated new node operators to ensure the continuous maintenance of their nodes. Node operators used their POAPs to enter a raffle to crown the champion. Object was victorious and was awarded 5 RPL and his name on the POAP. The POAP was awarded to all raffle participants. So far this hasn't been sent out, but this is what the POAP looks like. Upgrade Master, Object, and the Object's the MVP, and maybe it should be MVU, Most Valuable Upgrader, and that's 2023. Shifrin also said that the update that happened yesterday, 1.11.2, won't be getting a POAP this time because it would be a rush job, and he doesn't want to start a new theme with that in mind. So he is going to start a new POAP series from the next upgrade, whenever that will be. Okay, let's go back to the Discord now, and here we have an interesting story from Thomas. So for those of you who've been following along, Thomas has been having lots of internet problems, and his fiber provider is just being horrible in terms of, they sold him an unlimited package on his internet, but the package he got was not unlimited, in that it was limited to 3 terabytes a month, which is way too little for the amount that Thomas uses. And the ISP and they've been talking, and yesterday they told him that they wanted him to pay $650 a month for his internet, and of course he didn't want to do that. So here he says, if anyone has ISP experience, please send me a DM. I'm fueled with spite and vengeance, and I want to get dirt cheap 10 gig line to every house in this town, which is pretty great that Thomas can just do that. But Ramana replied by saying, I love the sentiment. Are you going wholesale? The providers don't get much better the higher up you go the chain, as far as I know, but excited for you to try. Also, did you consider mesh networking or something else more P2P? And Thomas said, I really wonder what the dark fiber and backhaul situation would be out here. I suspect there's not many good options, but I'd love to try and to do something. Once we get that, I actually don't think it'd be too crazy hard to run the last mile fiber. Some things that can be easier in small town. I'm imagining a fiber and XGS PON type setup, but could consider something more wireless, especially for people further out of town. So, he was seriously considering this. And I think here we got this email that he had back and forth with his internet company, saying that they want to make a correction to the email that they sent out yesterday. It says, my apologies for the incorrect info initially provided. Your new monthly recurring charge will be $654.99 with a data allowance of 20 terabytes, which is previously 10 terabytes per month, plus 100 terabytes for each additional terabyte. So based on historical data usage, your average data overage per month has been 5 terabytes. Therefore, your estimated January bill would be $1,155. So I think if Thomas was angry earlier, then this is going to be even more so the case. And I would not be surprised at all if we see a new service provider out where Thomas lives. It could be Arrow ISP or something. I'm sure it'd go down really well for the people who live in this town. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about two different airdrop stories. And because this is like a topic that's getting really popular in crypto right now and also in the Rocket Pool community, I just kind of want to give people a heads up about it a little bit. So this was a nice airdrop story. So Hodja says, happy day today. My Leap wallet Chrome extension somehow forgot the keys to my Celestia airdrop wallet and was throwing an error when I tried to open the Celestia wallet. Probably something to do with me previously disabling Chrome extensions for debugging some of the issue. I looked for the keys but didn't find I had written it down anywhere. Searched Google for a couple of days on the bug, gave up hope, accidentally found a plain text file I saved with the Celestia wallet mnemonic in. Since it was an airdrop recipient wallet, especially it be worth nothing as usual. Expecting it to be worth nothing as usual, I used low security practices and then restored and recovered my tier. The feeling was like finding a couple of $1,000s under the couch, which is really great. And congrats to Hodja for getting access to that tier token. However, this was on the Ethereum Reddit where someone said, did I just lose 100 ETH on my wallet? It says, guys, I don't think I signed a transaction, but I cannot recollect. This was for the Frames airdrop today afternoon. I'm shivering right now. I had about 100 ETH deposited into Aave for lending to accrue interest, and I just noticed that 100 Aave ETH is transferred out of my account. Please help. And then there's a link to the Etherscan showing the Aave ETH position leaving that person's wallet. And it says, please report this as a scam. So people just like, why are you chasing airdrops with your 100 ETH wallet, which links back to that tap idea that I mentioned a couple of days ago, like 3 address protocol. That's what you need. And this person broke that wallet hygiene rule, or doesn't have any wallet hygiene rules probably, and lost 100 ETH because of it. So if you are going to degen airdrop farm or get involved in shady protocols, please be careful, because you could lose a lot more than you expected. 100 ETH is $220,000 or thereabouts. That is a whole lot of money. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. So yeah, this person's not having a good day, and it could have been avoided if the person maintained good wallet hygiene, and they didn't. I'm not saying it's their fault, obviously. Like, the person who stole the money, it's their fault because they're garbage human beings, so fuck them. But this is just horrible. So please set up good wallet hygiene, so if you do get any money stolen from you, it's a minimal amount that you can handle. Okay, so over the last couple of days, I've mentioned winding down some my nodes, my node even, sorry, and my validators, and a bunch of people have had questions. Some people thought it's because, I want to dump all my crypto now or sell all my RPL. So I just thought I'd take a couple of minutes at the end of today's episode to kind of explain what I'm talking about and what I'm trying to say. So, here. Yesterday morning I said I'll be winding down all but one of my validators in the next 6 months, so it's a bit of living on the wild side until then. And this is me talking about leaving the smoothing pool and joining, just like YOLOing it with the lottery and seeing if I get anything for the next few months until I wind down my validators. So then Ramana replied by saying including our shared ones, and I said yeah, all of ours, is that okay? And then Ramana said, sure, whatever works for you. So this was me and Ramana getting a divorce in trading. It was like the most casual divorce ever, probably. Just being, yeah, like, we'll get divorced. so Val replied with a gif saying, I kind of missed the drama. But yeah, so Patchy said, must be weird finding out you're getting divorced in trading. And yeah, we're going straight to the lawyers. So what happened is, let me explain what it is, right? So my portfolio is of a certain value right now, and I have been coming up with sell targets for the last few weeks. I've been in crypto since 2017, right at the end of 2017, but 2017, so it's pretty much 6 years exactly right now that I've been in crypto. And I've ridden down into the depths of the bear market, rode all the way back up and back into another bear market, and now that it looks like we're heading towards the bull market, I wanted to be in a position where I took profits and finally had something to show for the last 6 years of obsession with crypto. My portfolio, like I said, is of a certain value. So the targets I set for myself was 6x from here for my portfolio value. And if my portfolio hits that amount, then I will see what the market is doing at that point. If I feel it's like super hyped and jubilant and that there's a lot of greed in the market, or like jubilation and euphoria, then I'll just sell everything at that point. And also if there are if I feel like it's not quite at that point where I still feel like there's more to go in the market, if we haven't had any blow off tops for Bitcoin or ETH or anything like that, then I'd let it go up to 10x from where my portfolio is right now, where at that point I will just sell everything regardless of what the market is doing, because that would be a very nice amount of money for me, and I'll be very happy with that. So what I'm doing is I want to wind down my validators and withdraw all my ETH and RPL, except leaving one node, so I'm still eligible for node set. But in removing all my crypto, what the idea will be is that I'll be in a position where I can be more liquid and more nimble in the market, with the idea that if the prices start getting hot, it might be that an ETH queue, exit queue develops. And if there's an exit queue that develops, then I don't want to be in a position where I'm stuck waiting out price movements where I could potentially be selling. So that is my rationale. It's not that I've lost faith in RPL. It's not like I'm dumping my RPL today. It's none of those things. So don't use me as a capitulating or anything like that. This was a thought out plan from someone who's been in crypto for quite a while, and it's just a matter of taking some money off the table. The idea that I've shared with crypto, with the trading about my crypto, is that I'll pay 1/3 will go to taxes, mostly long-term capital gains tax for state and federal, and then 1/3 will go into TradFi. The final third will probably go into TradFi as well, waiting for a position to come back into crypto with that 1/3, and then most likely I will buy rETH or a basket of LSTs, and unlikely to be a node operator. There's still a chance that I would be, depending on how the Saturn upgrade and all those tweaks of the tokenomics go, but either come back as a node operator, or more likely to just be a LST holder and then just ride out another cycle or two or forever. I don't know for sure yet, but we'll see how all that goes. But that's my plan. So I just thought, I'd share it all with you, share it with you all right now, and kind of remove any ambiguity that might have come up in the last few days. Me talking about selling. It's not that I'm selling today or tomorrow. This is, withdrawing in 6 months' time potentially, maybe a little bit sooner, maybe a little bit later, but not selling potentially for a year, maybe 18 months. So that's my general idea. Of course, none of this is financial advice. Don't copy trade me. Do whatever you think is best. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not your dad. I'm not going to tell you guys what to do or what not to do. So that's all up to you. But I just wanted to, kind of clear that, because there was some people asking questions about me selling and wondering what was going on with that, but it's got nothing to do with losing faith in Rocket Pool. I think 2024 is going to be an absolutely amazing year. There's so many amazing things that are coming up for Rocket Pool in 2024, and I think it's going to be a huge year for the protocol. Starting very soon, in quarter one we'll have Houston and then Node set. And then as the year goes on, we'll have maybe, something with Eigenlayer. I don't know, like that's mostly just hype, but it might be hype in our favor. And then towards the end of the year, it looks like we might have towards middle, maybe end of quarter two, maybe quarter three, it looks like we might have something like Saturn Part 1. And then maybe at the end of the year in 2024, or maybe quarter one of 2025, it might be the case that we get Part 2 of Saturn. I'll probably have a different name by then. But with that, I think that is just going to be all extremely bullish for Rocket Pool. So I'm definitely excited about all of that. Anyway, that was a bit of a rant at the end of the episode. So thank you all for watching, listening, and being part of the Rocket Fuel community. I couldn't do this without all of you all, and I'm going to keep making Rocket Fuel episodes for as long as you all will listen. So you're not getting rid of me yet. But thank you once again, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.